Morning everyone. Well, here we are at Alnwick Castle, having a look around the grounds, and it's a very big site, so we're going to have to film it in little bits and show it as different series. This is the opening sequence, part one, and they've got in this little area, they've got a falconry display on. We're a little bit early for it to start, so we're just having a little look around the main part of the castle, and very impressive it is too. It covers a vast area. Step. So hoping to be able to take in as much as possible and show it. This is Alnwick up in Northumberland, and it's a famous castle in the history of Northumberland. I don't know whether Harry Hotspur lived here, the famous Harry Hotspur. Some rather interesting things on the top of the turrets there, which I'll try and zoom in on a little bit if I can, and show you that they've actually got portraits of the workmen in stone building the castle, and that's very interesting. They're not real, they're just little statues put on the top that look like the men working. So this is the first part of the castle. It's quite quiet. We're early morning, so there's not too many people about, but I won't probably have too much commentary going on as we go around the castle. I'll just show the individual bits as I can film it, hopefully, because people think you're a bit strange when you're talking into a camera. But there's going to be a falconry display here later on. I can hear the birds already chirping, so this will be the little introduction to Alnwick Castle. This is the first part. We'll just wander down where Marg's going, down here to another part of the castle, and have a little look down here. It's all really interesting. Down here we've got some cannons, so obviously it was a defended castle. There's a whole series of cannon here, which I assume are genuine. They look like genuine cannons. There's two very huge ones there. As I see, they've got these stone workmen on the top of most of the towers, showing them working away, all made of stone, statues on the top of the towers. This makes it look really interesting. So I know this video's only been 5 minutes, but we'll move on through and look at another part of the castle in the next series. There's cannons there, mortars, some very big cannon. So it was well defended from any invaders coming in this way, and it's also got a river running around, which was further protection. I don't quite know, I think that's just farming out there. But it's very open countryside, and very beautiful it is. The castle at Alnwick. Tells you not to climb on it, but of course children, being children, they like to climb on anything that's climbable. So that's the first little part of our visit, and I'll call this part 1, and I'll break off now and hopefully show you another little bit of the castle as I go on round. So we'll catch you again on part 2. This is another little part of Alnwick Castle, one of the main courtyards, and I believe this was an area that was used for the Quidditch game in Harry Potter. And as we can see over there, there's a group of children being taught how to ride on their broomsticks. This is part of the Harry Potter filming. And I think this may well be the area, or one of the areas, that was seen in the Harry Potter movies. Again, with all the towers all round and the huge green, and it all forms part of the magic of Harry Potter. I just thought I'd add this little bit in to show we're doing some repairs up there, which is a bit of a nuisance, but this is where they did the filming for Harry Potter, or part of it, in Alnwick Castle. Very dramatic battlements. This may only be a short little bit, but this will form part 2 of the films on Alnwick Castle. So we'll break off now and go on to part 3. Right, we're in another part of the castle, Alnwick Castle, and we're just having a little look at Sir Harry Hotspur, Sir Harry Percy, who was known as Hotspur. This is a statue of him riding his horse, and he was killed in the 1400s in a battle at Shrewsbury, which is not far from where we live, in Oswestry in Shropshire. And he joined up with various people to unseat the King of England at that time, and he travelled all the way down from his castle here in Alnwick, Northumberland, to do battle at the Battle of Shrewsbury. But unfortunately he was defeated, and he ended up between 2 millstones in the centre of Shrewsbury, where his body was displayed and held to sort of ridicule by the victors. But he's well thought of up in this part of the world, and he's quite famous. A brave knight. And this is a statue to him in Alnwick Castle. And there's a story of it, if this mentions anything about in there. There he is, he was defeated and killed in the Battle of Shrewsbury, where Hotspur was killed. So there's all about it on there. But it must have been very great times looking round. Must have been terrifying seeing a man on a horse like that coming towards you with spear and sword in hand. Must have been quite frightening. But he wasn't brave enough or strong enough, his armies weren't strong enough to defeat the people of the Shropshire area under the King of England, and that was the end of poor old Harry Hotspur. So that's going to be the end of another little bit of the Alnwick Castle videos. So until I see you with the next one, this is part 3. Well, this is the end of our little visit to Alnwick Castle. We're now walking down towards the Alnwick Castle Gardens, where we pick up the coach to go home again, or go on to our next destination. And I'll just look back at the castle from the outside. This is the main curtain wall, I suppose, and I think they call this the Lion Tower on this side of the building, and it's the last little bit we'll see probably as we walk down towards the gardens. Of beautiful countryside around here. And this would have been presumably, I don't know whether it had been a moat, whether this would have been water back in the day, but certainly big defences, ditch embankments, protecting the castle from any invaders. And you could see how difficult it would be for anyone to attack the castle from this angle, or any angle for that matter, and get in, and they wouldn't be able to scale those castle walls if there was people on top there with crossbows and arrows and goodness knows what else raining down from the castle, the defenders. And if you got past the first defences, this was the outer bailey, if you got past the first phase, there would be the inner bailey, which you'd have to get through before entering the main parts of the castle. The staterooms, which we looked round but weren't able to film in there, but they were wonderful as well. They're well worth looking at if ever you visit Alnwick Castle. And we've really enjoyed our visit. Very educational and very interesting. Great deal to it, and well worth a visit. We may well come again, take another look at some stage, I don't know. But this will end our little visit to Alnwick Castle. So in conclusion, I'll say, as I always do, this is the end of our visit. So goodbye now. Bye bye.